Everything starts with how we think. This is why writing is such an important skill. If your thoughts are abrupt, if you find yourself dropping your sentences halfway, changing your mind very often, forgetting what it is that you wanted to say, forgetting how you wanted to start your sentence, or you find yourself over-explaining things, or you probably also notice that in order to understand what is it that you actually want to say, you need to talk about it. And as you keep talking about it, you actually start seeing what is it that you actually wanted to talk about. When you do those exercises, you're learning about how you think. And how you think totally influences the way you speak. This is why when we do those exercises, we actually start working with our thought process, with how our thoughts flow. And when we have a chance to look at our thought process in writing, we know exactly what we need to add it. I believe that you need a coach and you need somebody to guide you through this experience. But it's not just I believe, I absolutely know that people who need this can arrive at a point where they can do this on their own and they understand how to get it done on their own. I have a dedicated group of students in my group, Native Like Fluency, and some of them have been practicing for a year. And now, a year later, I see that they tell me that they feel it now. And it's not just what they say, it's not only their words, their speech, their voice, their articulation, their enunciation has changed. And when I look back at my own experience, I don't see a period of time or a year where I was stagnating or where I was stuck. My English skills have been continuously developing. And not only my English skills, but my communication skills. So to wrap it up, my point is that if you also feel like it doesn't really make sense to stop, you didn't come this far to come only this far. If you also share the same mindset, then my message for you is that we have to stop looking at the language. We have to start looking inward and learning more about ourselves, because our personality is inseparable from the language. Because the more we learn about the language and the more time we invest in learning the language, the more we invest in developing our second language identity, which is a linguistic term. I also want to conclude by saying that, at least to me, it is not very reasonable to set goals and then to plan your way to achieve that goal, because your goal is so intangible. You want to be fluent, but how will you know that you have arrived there if you have never been fluent? How will you know that you got there if you have no idea what it feels to be there, what it smells like in that place, or what it looks like? You have no idea what native-like fluency is like. So how can you plan to go somewhere that you can't even describe because you have never experienced it? Instead, I like analyzing my experience in retrospect. And when I do the exercises, I see which exercises make sense, which bring results. I analyze those results and I ask myself, do I want to replicate them? Do I want to learn to achieve the same results deliberately, not intuitively, not go with the flow and play it by ear, but intentionally? I want to replicate those results. Then, when I know what I'm doing and I know what results it can bring, I can plan ahead. But if I have no idea where I'm going and what this place looks like, I don't think it's a very sane strategy to set goals for something you don't even know you need. You don't even know, for something that you can't even imagine because you've never experienced it.